Hi, this is Miss Goodale, and today I'm going to be talking about plotting numbers on the coordinate plane. To begin with, before I start showing you how to plot, I'm just going to go over some of the vocabulary from our book. In our book, it talks about a coordinate plane. That is a plane formed by a horizontal number line called the x-axis, and that intersects a vertical number line called the y-axis. So we have the x-axis going across, the y-axis going up and down, and then the axes intersect at 0 on both number lines. So this point in the middle where they meet is called 0. That is also called the origin. And then when we do these problems, we're going to be using ordered pairs. So an ordered pair is a pair of numbers that shows us what point we're plotting. So it's going to have parentheses, and it's going to have a point, a number, and then a comma, and then another number. And then the first number is called the x-coordinate. That shows you where you're going left to right. And then the second number is the y-coordinate, which is up and down. Okay, x comes before y in the alphabet, so x is the first number that you do when you are plotting a point. Okay, so let's take a look at just a grid. So I used grid paper here, and I'm going to show you by just creating our own coordinate grid plane. So obviously I'm going to need an x-axis, and I'm just going to draw a line. The line goes on forever in both directions. That is why it has arrows at the ends. And this will be my y-axis going up and down. And you'll notice a number line just has one line. This is like a number line going up and down and a number line going across too. So a vertical and a horizontal number line both put together. Okay, so this one would be 0. And just like when we make number lines, our coordinate plane can be numbered at different increments. Just to be more simple, I'm going to have the increments on this one just be ones. So this would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Okay, so you notice if you go up, it's positive. If you go to the right, it's positive. If you go to the left, it's negative. If you go down, it's negative. Just like if you had a regular number line, vertical or horizontal. All right, so let's do a few examples. I'm going to write some numbers on here and we'll plot them. So if I had +2, -3, then I would go to the right first. 1, 2. -3 means I go down. 1, 2, 3. So my first point, and I'm going to call that point A, is 2, -3. I'm going to make a point B, and I'm going to do a fraction for this one. So on this one, I'm going to have -1/2 and +2 and 3/4. Okay, since this one is not divided into fourths or halves, we kind of have to estimate where a number would be. So our negative 1/2, that means we go to the left, and we only go half of the distance to the left, right? So we go 1/2. Half is halfway between 0 and 1, so that would be right here, negative 1/2. And then 2 3/4 would be up 1, 2, and not quite 3, right? It's almost to the 3, but not quite. So this is my point B. So this is point A, point B, okay? Point C will be negative 2.5, negative 1.5, sorry. Okay, so negative 2.5, we go first left to right. So left is negative, negative 1, negative 2. Negative 2.5 is halfway in between negative 2 and negative 3. So, which is, it's 2.5. Negative 2.5. And then we go down negative 1.5. So negative 1, halfway between negative 1 and negative 2 will be right here. And that is our point C. Okay. And let's do a point D. So point D, let's do 3.5 and 2. So I go 1, 2, 3 positive, and halfway to the next one. So 3.5 is here. And then I go up 1, 2. So that would be 3.5 comma 2. And I'm labeling that point D. Okay, so that's kind of a general idea of plotting these numbers. When you don't have the increments in between your whole numbers, it's a little bit more difficult. You kind of have to estimate where they are, but just remember left to right first, up and down second, positive, positive, negative, negative. Okay, I hope that helps you, and please feel free to ask me more questions later on. Thank you.